I want to go also to immigration. One thing that the government will do is cut student numbers. Now, it's been talking about this. Why students? Students ultimately would be the best Australian citizens. They would be the best Australian taxpayers because they're young, they're educated, and they'll have families.
Well, yeah, first of all, we support the international education sector. But one of the big drivers of the post-COVID spike in net overseas migration was students. And so we're managing that down to a more normal level. And so what you'll see in the budget is that we are lowering net overseas migration and we are building more homes. Angus voted for higher migration when he voted against the student caps, and he voted against more homes. And now he says he'll abolish the Housing Australia Future
They haven't
Fund.
worked.
So we're managing immigration down, we're building more homes. He voted for higher migration and fewer homes.
So does Australia need more migrants, less migrants?
Well, right now, we've had over 1 million people in just 2 years, which is double what was sustainable, and we've had half the housing we needed to support that. And so we've said very clearly those numbers are too high. And that's why we will impose student caps, 25%.
You voted against them in the
universities.
Parliament.
Well, these are real student caps, not pretend ones, Jim, because every time you put out a new immigration forecast, the numbers go up. They did again in your last budget flop. They went up again. They just keep going up.
You voted for high migration.
You've lost
You voted
control.
against the
Well,
student caps.
our policies are clear. A 25% reduction in permanent migration, 25% caps, 25% caps on the G8 universities, bringing the humanitarian visa level back to where it was when we were last in power. And we know that this will bring down the NOM. This will bring down the NOM by around 100,000 for the first year.
Okay, now, we're coming to the end of our time, so I want to give you both a bit of time to sum up today. And I really want your best pitch about how to get Australia growing and why it is the best country. I haven't heard great stump speeches in this election campaign. I want you to give me one now, Jim Chalmers.
Well, these are uncertain times and we've got a lot going for us as Australians, but there's a lot at stake. You know, this is a really important moment in the global economy, and we get to decide whether we go to the world more resilient under Labor or more vulnerable under the coalition. And this debate and Angus's inability to come clean on his secret cuts to pay for his nuclear reactors has made the choices really clear, whether we build on the progress that we've made together or whether we take Australia backwards. And the choices there, as I keep coming back to, is Labor helping with the cost of living, cutting income taxes, strengthening Medicare, building more homes, building Australia's future, making us more resilient in an uncertain world, or higher income taxes and lower wages and secret cuts to pay for nuclear reactors. That's not an economic plan, that's an ambush. And it's just like 2013-14, which is why we're hearing all of the same rhetoric again. Now, there could not be a more important time for the responsible economic management, which has been the defining feature of this Albanese government, and there could not be a worse time to risk Peter Dutton's coalition of cuts and chaos, which would make Australians worse off and take Australians backwards, because when Peter Dutton cuts, every Australian will pay.